Alright, so today doing a video here on the 30 seconds outdoor cleaner. It's supposed to be to get rid of the algae, mold, and mildew, dirt and grime. Alright, so I got that little applicator right there so I can spray the top of the house. And then I have this as a refill. Alright, it's the more economical way to do it, obviously. Ingredients are a little bit different as far as concentration, percentages, what have you. Right there versus the larger, and I think that's mostly due just to the size of the bottle itself, how much water they put in there. But as you can see out here, the dirt that builds up in this cool decking, all these little spots, these little indentations right here, you get a lot of water that sits in there, and the rainwater and everything else, and it just gets dark and mildewy like that. But also on the house, as you can see, it comes off. Yeah, it does come off relatively easy with my fingers, but I just want to see if that works. I got to spray it all the way up there and get it all off. But then I have this whole area right here, which is all concrete. And normally I do this with a power washer, but the power washer, the engine, makes too much noise and it just echoes off the fence and the other house and the shed and that fence and this house, and it's just annoying. It's outrageously annoying for not only me, even if I wear headphones that cover my ears, the plugs that go in my ears, it's still ridiculously loud and annoying. So let me spray this stuff on and see if I have to actually scrub it or if it'll just work like it is, like it's advertised to. Spray on, wipe off, scrub lightly, or what have you. And it's pretty straightforward. You know, it says right here, I don't know if you can see that, but it says off. And then up here it says, see if I can get it to focus in, rinse. And then over here on this side, it's clean. And then you just hook up the hose and you twist this lever or this dial to whatever you need it to do. And on the back here, it shows you how to hook it up. And the one we're looking for here is going to be metal and plastic. Get it make dry, let it be dry surface, and spray it on there. Let it sit for 3 minutes. Brush if necessary, and then rinse it off. And then for the concrete over here, this is keep it wet with the products for up to 15 minutes, and then brush surface if necessary. So I'm gonna put all this to work and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to say that, you know, it's definitely a lot of bleach in there because you can smell it. So if you're sensitive of bleach, I would say wear some sort of face protection so you're not breathing in the fumes. It doesn't go as high as far as the spray pattern in the clean as it does the rinse. I'll show you right here. There's the rinse and there's the clean. As you can see, it's not getting all the way up as high as I'd like it to be. All right, so let me see. So this little thing right here is some little, I don't know where it came from, but it said on the package, oh, this is as good as a power washer, but we know it's not. It does, you know, give you a lot of pressure down here. So that's just a comparison of straight water. And as you can see, I would have to come along here and scrub this in order to get all the stuff that's in the cracks, because that pressure coming out of there is not enough to do anything except for rinse it off. So yeah, that works a lot better because it's the chemical reaction that gets in there. Is it mostly bleach? Probably. And so the next thing I'm going to do on this other part over here is just get some straight bleach and spray it on there and see how that is any different than what happened here. Maybe I'll just do it right here on this section, because as you can see, it's still dirty underneath where just the regular water went on it. You know, I'm pressing on it pretty hard. Obviously, I'd have to get a brush to be able to get into all of these little grooves, but just putting that on there. So even that doesn't do as good of a job as that. But again, I had my hand, so you know my hand's not going to get in there as good as a brush will. All right, so the next part I'm just going to do this outdoor bleach. It says right here, obviously high strength, reduction 1 to 2, 4 ounces for 6 cups to 10 cups of water. You know, and it's right there for cleaning all the grub, mildew stains and all this other crap off vinyl siding, fencing, plastic, garbage cans, etc. And the first area I'm going to do is just straight bleach, no water, nothing in there. See how well that does. If it has any effect on it, obviously it should have some sort of effect on it because it's bleach, right? And let's see. Yeah, I'm going to spray it on there and get it pretty liberal amounts. You can see it's starting to take effect in some of the areas right there. I don't know if you can see those little spots, but it's coming off. Obviously, if I get it really close, the slight pressure from the pump might do some damage to it, but I don't know. Again, I'm gonna put it on there a few minutes and let it sit. The funny thing is, this bleach isn't as strong as that stuff that was the 30 seconds. All right, so over here I got a mixture of water and bleach, and I'm spraying it on. And I'll tell you, so far, I mean, this seems to be doing a pretty decent job comparable to the 30 seconds. But it's not, again, the odor is not as strong, even when it was straight bleach. Obviously, this is cut with water. But as you can see, I mean, it's taken off a lot of the stuff as I spray it on. But is it, I think the applicator, obviously this is just a garden sprayer. I don't typically spray my stuff with this. I spray my chemicals in this, you know, my vinegar for my bug spray and my weed spray, apple cider vinegar. It just depends on what I'm spraying it on, or the actual, see I got these holes here. You got to put termite stuff down there. That I do use regular industrial grade bug killer. But as you can see, this is working. Actually, I think that the water and bleach is working better than straight bleach. I don't know why. I'm not a chemist. I'm just doing side-by-side protection display here to figure out which one is working and which one doesn't work. All right. So as you can see, pretty good side-by-side comparison. This is just bleach. Again, my applicator is better with the 30-second ordeal. Now, obviously, once that empties out, could I just fill it up with regular bleach? I'm sure I could, and then I can save quite a bit of money. It's not really all that much more expensive than bleaches itself. You know, depending on where you get it from. The other reason I bought it was because when I went to Home Depot, all the bleach was gone because of all the scaredy people that are out there trying to rub down their house and kill themselves with the bleach, you know. What I mean by that is completely irrelevant. So anyway, as you can see, this is working pretty good. Again, except for the applicator process that I have, you know. That's one leg up, but I've already covered that. So anyway, as you can see, it's working pretty good. Now let me just get the water and rinse it off. As you can see, after one coat, it's actually looking pretty good. I don't know if you can see, or just under the window, it needs to be hit again. And it's not doing too bad. On this side over here, this is the east side, and this stuff was a little bit heavier. The majority of it down here came off. I don't know if you can see or not, but on the bottoms of it, the siding there it has actually stayed on. Even when I came back and rinsed it off with the hose, it's still there. And then there's a couple other spots down here, and I think I was running out of stuff in there, so I'm going to hit that again. And then I also noticed on here to take this out, and it's just a regular spray, so hopefully that stream will reach all the way up to the top, and otherwise you just push that back in right there and it sprays it. So we'll see how that works, if it has any difference. I'm pretty sure it does, but let me see what happens. So as you can see, I took that little plastic piece out of there. It does spray a lot farther, and as you can see, the soffit underneath is clean. Obviously I haven't rinsed this off yet, but it's doing a great job, except for on the aluminum gutters. It has very little effect on the gutters. This one I've had it sitting on there for quite a while. Nothing happened. I haven't even rinsed that off yet. Sprayed it up there, and you can see just a little bit of effect on that. But over here, I haven't rinsed this one off yet, but I did spray it again once I figured out the longer reach on that. And I got the soffit, the fascia over here. Now this has been sitting a little bit longer, and it's starting to do a little bit better the longer it sits. But you can still see some there on the corner that it's not coming off. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Have to hit it again or whatever. I don't have a brush handle that long, but you can see all the stuff came off of the bottoms of the siding lips there. So it's doing what it says it's going to do, you know. Just so you can see, I don't know if I'm directly into the sun or not, but just so you can see, it does get up there with the cleaning now. Obviously, like I said, I took that little piece of plastic off of there, and it's doing a pretty good job. Again, don't get it in your mouth, it sucks. Not doing anything as far as the aluminum. Oh, I gotta rinse out. So I sprayed it again, and as you can see, it does come off. One little spot right there I gotta get a little bit later, but other than that, this does work a lot better than just straight bleach or bleach and water or any kind of configuration you're going to do with that. It has other chemicals in there, herbicides, pesticides, whatever those people put in there. All right, and it does a really good job, you know, compared to a pressure washer, which initial cost on that or rental on that is going to be a lot more than the $14 that I spent on those 2.5 gallons. And you know, I'm not banging up my ears. I'm not, see, it still didn't do very well. It did okay on this, on a lot of this aluminum, but it's not as good on the aluminum even after sitting for 20-30 minutes without getting a brush. And I don't have any handles that are that long, or a ladder that I'm going to pull out just for that. All right, so now I just got to do this right here, and as you can see, this is just from runoff of the house. For the most part, I haven't sprayed anything on it directly, and it's already doing a pretty good job on that as well. I did spray on a couple spots over here just for comparison, but as far as the whole area, you know, we didn't do that. And again, here you can see it's a lot cleaner, so I just got to get the rest of it gone. All in all, I do think, from what I've seen, that this 30 seconds outdoor cleaner, come on, focus, there you go, 30-second outdoor cleaner, algae, mold, and mildew, does what it says. You just got to take that little plastic piece out of there and make it give you a longer stream. I did see, obviously, up close down here, that the spray obviously got a lot wider, but it just seemed to be a little bit better because of that. And then with the longer, narrower strips, you know, trying to move it back and forth and get all that up there, it's a little harder, but that's just the nature of the beast. So, you know, Tell me what you think. You guys have any experience with it? If it didn't work for you, if it did work for you, either way. And push the thumbs up button, subscribe, and all that other good stuff.